Hi. Today is November. I'm not sure. It's like the 16th or 18th or something like that, but it's Sunday, 2024. And last night I had a dream. Um, it wasn't a nightmare, and it was or anything like that, but it was definitely unsettling. In the dream, it started off me uh, me and my dad were in the house that we do the Bible study at right now, and it was at night. We're just hanging out and everything, and then it shifts, um, and that's where he prays a lot, and I know uh, that's what that has to do with. The next part, me and Ryan were walking down a path, and I was praying, and I remember she asked, or she said, I was praying for her, and right in the middle of that, she said, I gotta go smoke a cigarette, and then veered off another direction. And I remember thinking that's interrupting, um, like disruptive to what I was doing. And so I kept walking down the path, and then just the next part was I see her walking and then hollering at Iris, uh, come back, don't go that way. Don't do that, it'll slice you. And she was on a railroad track, was wanting to pull the thing that like switches the tracks. She like, but I just wanted to pull the slot. No, come back, that'll cut you. And I'm approaching this like scene here, and then everybody starts hollering, and I noticed this white alligator that's like somewhere around her, but not near her. But they kept kind of like happenstance, kind of moseying closer together, and Ryan ain't running towards her. And I remember uh, on my way up there, because I had to run, I had to do something, I had to get its attention, and this this lady's like, sorry. And gators aren't in Oklahoma, and that's what I remember thinking. It's weird that gators are in Oklahoma. Anyways, and so as I run up to her, I was like, I got to do something. So I grabbed some gravel rocks and threw it at it and got its attention. So now it's running after me. And the only thing I remember, or how it ended, is it kept gaining ground on me. Like there's like no way I could outrun this thing. And so all I remember is I jumped, and you can swing around like a pole with your hand, where you kind of gain the momentum. And I just remember trying to use that for my uh, momentum and trying to get up and climb it. And it was a big tree, but anyways, that's the only thing I could do is to get its attention, draw it away from Iris, who's my daughter, and Ryan is my wife, and everything like that. And so this is just to document my dream. I'm gonna write it out and everything, and I've prayed against this. I've got some kind of little bit of peace about it, just waiting for the Lord to direct me concerning it. Obviously, the biggest piece of this is the right path is to pray. If you veer off from that, there's danger. And so, even if it ain't a warning to me specifically, it's a warning out there. You don't pray, it's going to take what's precious from you. This is the time to pray, people. This is the time to pray. And stay in prayer. Everybody, all of us together. It's not just you that stuff affects. Get rid of the junk that distracts you, that seeks to rob you, to steal, to kill, destroy. Because it's not just your loss. There's other people that are going to see things. We need to stand together, stand firm, watch and pray, always. Watch and pray. Stay in that mindset of being watchful and sober-minded, vigilant unto prayer, because your enemy is looking for an opportune time to take you and oversweep you, to overcome you, to take you, to make it just as hard as possible for you to keep doing what you're doing. The railroad track has to do with another vision in my dream about a move of God that we're going on, and what I had heard in the vision. I was going down a highway, and I got off on an underpass. Okay, and I heard there's like an impression of Highway 11. Okay, and next thing I knew, I was on a train. Okay, and just like it says in the word, where I'll make a path in the wilderness. It's in Isaiah, in the 40s area, I believe. But it says, but on the train, once that was like, I got a glimpse of the car like going down the highway, and then veered off into the off the exit ramp. Okay, and the next thing I knew, it was instantly to a train. So it's a shift. It's a crossroad. It's a change, but it's unto something bigger. And where the train was going through was nothing. It was supposed to be like a city, okay, but it was almost like a concrete pasture land, okay. And instead of cows that are all lined up in the distance, like you can see sometimes, anyone from Oklahoma or areas like this, you understand, but it was full of just cars, and they come in from this direction and that direction and this and that and whatever, and they're all the drivers were just like sitting there. It looked like their cars just stopped working, but they were all in a line, come from this way, that way, or whatever. But it was like, not that they couldn't go anywhere, but they just didn't know where to go. And so, praying about that, the Lord was telling me that He's moving those on the train to lead those other people when they've lost. They don't know where they're going. And the other thing about the cars I remember is they're all white. A couple red ones, but the majority of them were white cars. Anyways, so that it has to do with that. It has to do with preparation for something that God has in store in another time. And in the dream I talked about at first, is this thing has come in and is attempting. It thinks in its mind that it's going to do these things, but it's not, in Jesus' name. And I'm going to be watching and praying, and we all need to be watching and praying, because it's not just me that the enemy wants to come at us, come after. It's all of us. We're a threat, but that's a good thing. We're a threat for a reason. It's time to do what we need to do and set ourselves with one goal, and that's to glorify God in our lives in every way possible. Thank you.